Everything we own will be in here.
The American dream, a gorgeous pool, my dream home, white picket fence, 4 happy, healthy, beautiful kids, and we're selling it all.
We already did! So today, we want to share with you how we made
money, 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 money! Money!
So if you're new here, welcome to the party of 6. We have sold everything we own.
Except for the kids.
The kids, we kept them.
And the minivan.
And
the dog. Yeah.
But we sold our house, sold virtually everything in it, and that's what today's video is about. We wanted to talk about how we sold everything. So Tiffany was a master part-time job almost of listing all of our belongings on Facebook Marketplace.
Yes. So we probably had 100 listings going at one time on Facebook Marketplace. So hence why it was like a part-time job. So we sold everything from dishes and Christmas lights to furniture to kids' toys. So what are some things that you have sold? Or what's something that you have sold that you thought, oh man, I never thought I would get money for this? Because we did some of that stuff too.
Yeah, so leave a comment below with the craziest thing you sold. And
we're going to give you some tips and tricks so you can do it on your own. We made
over $8,000.
Now, granted, we sold everything. We have a 5x10 storage unit with like memorabilia and some clothes and those kinds of things. So sofa, TVs, all kinds of things.
So we are living with less so we can give more. So let's talk about how we sold our stuff.
Let's go. So the first thing you're going to do is open your Facebook. Now I have this as an app on my phone. So I open it up and then you go down at the bottom. This is at least on the iPhone. There is a little house. So you click that little house and up at the very top it says there's a little person, which is you. You can sell your local area, different things that you can buy. So you go to that little person, click that, and then it says your listings or create new listing. So we're going to create a new listing and it wants to know what you're creating. So we're going to click items and then you're going to click photos. Now, when you put a photo on here, you want to make sure that it is the best. So before you get into here, you need to go into your photos and you want to crop it. There's a little button that looks like a magic wand with stars, and that is an auto adjust for pictures, and it kind of brightens things up. So you're going to do that first. And then when you lay things out, like, you know, you have all of the pieces, make sure that it's visible, and then you also want to make sure you take multiple pictures because your goal is to give the buyer as much information as possible. So you need to make sure you have everything there so that they know what they're buying. Okay, so let's say you are selling this handmade mug, okay? So you've already gone through, your photo looks fantastic. You're going to click that. And it's okay to add lots of photos. In fact, that's what I did. I took pictures from different angles. If a toy opened, then I would take a picture of the toy open. So it takes a little bit of work, but you're gonna get your return on it if you take the time. Okay, so we added a picture, and so we're gonna add our multiple pictures that we've already taken, right? Then you're gonna put your title. So you wanna make sure that your title is catchy. This is a handmade mug. So I'm gonna type in handmade pottery mug. Okay, so you want to include as much detail as possible. Price, we're going to say $10, for example. Category, so you want to put what it is. So this would be considered, I would say, household. Condition, what kind of condition is it in? I would say it is in like new condition. It's a beautiful mug. Okay, brand, if you know the brand, put that in. Again, you want to give your buyer as much information as possible. It says white. Actually, it's kind of a brown and it's got blue, so I'm going to hit reset because it's different colors, and because you've taken good pictures, your buyers can see that. So you're going to come down to description, and again, you're going to type in handmade pottery mug. Whoops, I can't spell. And then you want to be excited when you're doing this too, right? So with stamped, what would that be called?
I would say Carmel, Indiana.
Okay, and so you want to put all that in. Again, I can't spell.
Putting you on the spot.
I know. So then tags. So you want to put, again, as many in there as you can. So you're going to put pottery, You're going to put coffee mug. As many things. What I did when I was filling this out is I thought in my head, if I was trying to buy something, what is it that I would search? How would I search for this? And then I would put it in there. You can have too much, but you're going to sell your stuff faster. So it's okay if you have 20 of them. So we have handmade. And I also did this. So I would put handmade and I would put it all together too.
Yeah, because you want to think about how people are going to search things. So some people might search handmade as one word. Some people might search as two. So you want to have both.
We have pottery, coffee mug, Carmel, Indiana, handmade, coffee. So you want to make sure that you have all of that in there, right? Okay, so then we're going to come down here. Oops, and just hit next. So it wants to know your location and delivery method. I always put local pickup only. If you're willing to ship something, then you can put that information in. Okay.
So we like to do porch pickup. So we had a tote on our porch that we would put our items in with an envelope under our mat. So we would tell people, hey, you know, it's on the porch. Envelopes under the mat. Just put your money in there. Then we wouldn't have to talk to them or see them. Unless it was a bigger item.
Right.
You know, like our sofa, obviously, you know, we couldn't put that on the porch.
Right. So what I did is I went through in our area and looked up groups that offered, like one was Apopka online yard sale. So not only is it in Marketplace, but it's also in all these individual groups, which you yourself can join. And then there's also at the very bottom, it says suggested groups you should join. So now it knows that I'm in Indiana. So it's saying, do you want to join these too? And you can click join, and then you can add your items in that too. We then would just push publish. Okay. So then it tells you in here all the things that you have listed for sale, some of the things I need to mark off, and then it tells you all the things that you have sold, and then you can even visit those. Okay, so that shows all of your listings. Now, I will say that my favorite way to communicate through all of this was through Messenger. I have the Messenger app downloaded on my phone, and so that helps a lot. Have it set up so that I will get notifications. You need to have your notifications on so you know if people are asking you questions or if they're saying, hey, I want this, I can be there in 2 hours, or that kind of thing. So make sure you turn on your notifications for Facebook and for Messenger. And that way you know when somebody's sending you a message and you can, you know, go back and forth.
One of the things to keep in mind though is that if you mark an item as sold, the messages disappeared.
Yes. So what happens is it disappears from your Messenger, so you don't see that anymore, but you can go in like we were just on Marketplace. So you can scroll to the bottom, at the very bottom, and it will show you the people's names and your conversation, the different conversations that you had. So then you click on that, and that's how you get to it.
Yeah, because in the Messenger app, they'll disappear once it's sold.
I tried to be very honest, tried to make sure that in the order of which the messages were received, that's who I responded to first and then went through that order so that I was honoring to the person who saw it first and who asked first. And then if they don't want it, then you move on to the next person. There were a couple times where I would have to say, okay, in 30 minutes, if I don't hear back from you, then I'm going to have to move on. So that you let them know, and if they don't check it or, you know, then you gave them a time limit and you have to move on. Especially with all of the things that we were selling. This literally was like a part-time job. Yeah,
I mean, her phone was dinging nonstop. and that's one of the hard things is, you know, when you have so much stuff you're selling, we couldn't just sit there and wait for someone like, you know, we're like, we're out of our house on Saturday. Like, oh, you can come Sunday? I have to move on to the next person because I won't be here. You know?
Yeah.
You know, if someone's like, hey, I really want this item, but I can't come for 2 days, we would make them pay deposits. You know, we would say, hey, we'll hold it for you, but you have to Venmo us $50 if it's an expensive item, or, you know, and then it's like, you know, they have something vested into it. Because the really cool things that happened with us, because people kind of, you know, when people would come buy things, we kind of shared our stories. So some of you are subscribed to our channel. So thank you.
Thank you.
And it was really cool because they would send us pictures. So like there were items that we didn't want to sell. But we were like, we do not have room for this to store.
There were some tears.
Yeah. So it was really cool because we'd say, hey, can you send us a picture of, you know, our furniture in your house. You know, it's kind of cheesy, but, you know, it kind of gave us closure almost, you know, to say like, oh, there it is. It looks awesome. You know, like our dining room chairs, you know, someone sent us a picture of the dining room chairs around their table. So it was really cool to get that feedback.
Yes.
We
made some really cool relationships through this too. It was really cool hearing other people's stories. One woman bought our office chair, and she was telling us how she was a teacher for special ed and how she missed her kids and she couldn't wait to hug on them, and just super cool stuff like that. Like we would never even know. And I think that she was even from Indiana. She had
she was originally, she went to IU, you know, so it was kind of cool. So we're like, oh, we're going back to Indiana.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps you to live with less so that you can give more. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, smash it, like it, all of those things. And as for that, we'll see you real soon. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps you to live with less so you can have more, give more.
We don't want more.
No, no, so much stuff.
Get my Indiana mug. We're going back to Indiana.
We're here, we made it. I think my bottom's getting a little wet.
Is it? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of dew.
Dew.